First and 10 Niners in the Philly 48. Purdy looks left, now middle, throws, caught. Broken tackle by Deebo Samuel, runs for a first down, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Say it with me.
San
Francisco! How'd that sound, Howard Eskin?
You know what? What a beautiful play by those San Francisco Whiners. I mean, it was unbelievable. Hey, listen, it's one play in a football game, one game in a season. You guys
They did it six straight times.
You look for anything just to make yourselves feel good. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. It really is sick.
Speaking of whiners, has Darius Slay stopped crying about getting called out by an Eagles legend yet?
You know what? He got to pipe down. I will say that he's got to pipe down. Just these guys on social media get caught up in all this nonsense on social media. It's not social. It's not media. So stay away from it. And if somebody criticizes you, just suck it up, and move on. But you only make it worse by engaging in it. So I'm on board with him. Just stop. I love players that, and I'll never forget Cole Beasley. The Eagles won in Dallas one year, and I had a Twitter fight with Cole Beasley when he was with the Cowboys, and it's just because he's such a little worm. But, so I had a Twitter fight, and the Eagles won, and I put something on. I'm waiting in the bus, waiting to go to the airport, and I said something about Dak Prescott, and it wasn't 35 minutes after the game, and he's tweeting back at me, "You just got your ass kicked." This is what players do, and he's responding to me on Twitter. It's come on, man, but he's not the only one.
Yeah.
So players got to stop that. But I think Darius Slay's got it back, but you can't say anything to players anymore. But he's got it. Just let it go.
Howard Eskin, WIP from Filthy, joining us for Cowboys Eagles Week on 105.3 The Fan. Howard, was Seth Joiner right? That was Seth Joiner, the old school linebacker, saying this Eagles secondary doesn't tackle. Harsh or more accurate?
Well, they didn't tackle on Sunday. Seth Joiner gets a little carried away. Okay. I mean, he played when there was leather helmets, I think. But the game.
Yeah, when you were 60.
I was 58. But Seth gets carried away. It's just Seth and I had a Twitter fight and a verbal fight.
You get a lot of Twitter fights.
Give us your top. Give us your top two Twitter wars or your athlete wars in Philadelphia in your history.
Well, Cole Beasley was number one. We went back and forth for a while.
Did you get into the vaccine too?
No, I didn't get into the vaccine. He realized he couldn't win that, so he stopped.
Okay.
Richard Sherman just blocked me when he started complaining. I mean,
I love this guy.
But the thing is, with Seth Joiner, I don't even respond to him on Twitter, but I respond to him on the air. We were supposed to have this debate because he's into, you got to run the ball, you got to run the ball, you got to run the ball. No, you got to pass the ball to score points, and you score points to win. And the game has changed. And Seth just can't understand that. I think he understands that more. But Seth, I covered Seth, and I know, and this is one of the things I said. If he didn't have Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Clyde Simmons, and I forget who the fourth defensive lineman was, and he had Buddy Ryan, where all they did was blitz after those guys took care of business on the offensive line, it made it a little bit easier. So Seth did a really good job when he was a player, but the game has changed. So I don't even pay attention to Seth Joiner, and either should Darius Slay. But we've had our battles for sure.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud. Most people who started their career pre-war would not think that passing the football is the way to go.
Wait a minute. Which war are you talking about?
Civil.
The Great War.
Hey, all right. RJ and I fought over this.
Was it Custer or was it?
It was not Custer. Custer's last.
All right. Chop and I disagreed over this. You're on the sidelines for these games. What in the heck is that idiot, that Jersey Shore bouncer, famous Dom or whatever this moron doing, touching Dre Greenlaw and these players? What happened on the sideline, and how long should the NFL suspend this idiot?
Let's go with the back end first. He's not getting suspended, and he shouldn't get suspended, and he shouldn't be that close. But he happened to be there, and he's trying to stop him from after the tackle on, it was at Devontae Smith on the sideline there. And I happen to be standing there. I'm laughing the whole time. I'm actually laughing that all this is going on. But Greenlaw actually touched him first, and I don't think Dom, he might have gotten a finger on him.
Oh.
Okay, so I did stop. It's just, and then here's the best part of this. After the game, I just happened to be walking past Greenlaw, Dom, who's a great guy. I've known Dom for over 25 years. He really is a good guy. He's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, he went and picked up that loser Darius Leonard at the airport, I heard.
Well, he always picks up players at the airport. I mean, that's part of what he does because he knows the airport security can get in there and not have any problems.
Just goes through TSA without a problem, breaking the law.
No.
He's got pre-check.
If he's coming in a private airport, you can go on the runway, so that's not a problem. You drive up on the runway. But he was with Greenlaw and the general manager, John Lynch, and they're all laughing about it. He knows Greenlaw. He knows him. So they're laughing about it after the game. It was, in the heat of the moment, and that's what happened. He's not going to get suspended. I'm sure he'll be told, hey, listen, just be careful. There's things you can't get involved in on the sideline. But we're making a big deal out of that. The Eagles got their ass kicked. And you can't deal with Big Dom. He became such a big name. And then Mike Florio, and I get along with Mike, but he went overboard with, you got to have something on the pregame show. Oh, there's going to be, disciplinary action. No, there's not. And you just move on. It was an incident. Hey, Greenlaw gets suspended because he got thrown out of the game. Not suspended. I mean, he'll get fined because he got thrown out of the game, but big deal. I mean, you guys, you pick at the littlest things because you are nitwits and dopes in Dallas. The worst fan base in the history of sports is in Dallas.
Wait, what's been going on? We've been trying to spy on Philly whenever things go wrong, and it sounds like y'all are doing therapy sessions in the morning now. Could you explain to us? Yeah, could you detail for us why Philadelphia, as an entire city, has gone soft?
Yeah, we're actually missing that blowhard, that overrated blowhard, Angelo Cataldi.
Yeah, your best friend.
You guys, what therapy are they doing? There's some fans that are really upset. Some fans are going to move on. But here's another thing.
That radio station had the I want to say the balls, but it's really the stupidity to put up a poll question Monday morning on who is the best team in the NFC after you got your ass whipped like we did. But even we weren't dumb enough to come on here and say, we just got 42 put on us. Who's the best team in the NFC? Like it's up for debate.
I will agree with you. It was a stupid question. Listen, stupid is stupid. You can't help stupid. You can't teach stupid because they're just stupid. All right. So you can't worry about that. Was a stupid question. And I, for once, I agree with you guys. But the reality is, it really is one game. But and I'm not going to say it's wrong what the NFL has done. This week, the Eagles will play a team that has had 10 days off 3 straight weeks. 3 straight weeks.
Oh, here we go.
They have played a team that played on Thursday night. Is that really – I mean, who set up that schedule? And that's not – it's not hey, listen,
what about the gauntlet we just went through? We played 3 games in 13 days. What about that?
That's what the Eagles are doing. 3 games. But here's the thing. When you play on Thanksgiving – you never play a short week the next week. It's a joke. You play Thursday night. You get rid of your Thursday night game with a regular week. They take care of Jerry Jones and the Cowboys and they kiss their ass and Jerry's, what was the blowhole? What was his point?
Glory
hole.
Glory hole.
The glory hole.
It's an old oil term.
Your hole's correct. Yep. Howard Eskin, WIP on the Boomer Jacks Bar and Grill hotline.
Hold on. Hold on, my Dak Prescott. I'm choking.
That seemed like your Jalen Hurts MVP impression.
Yeah. Howard, how much is it paying you to admit that Dak might be the freaking MVP?
Brock Purdy's the MVP. I can't believe it, but Brock Purdy impressed me on Sunday.
Yeah, those screen passes were great.
Just because Dak Prescott has a star on his helmet doesn't mean he should be an MVP. That star stands for never winning a Super Bowl. Again, that's what that star stands for, all right? Because, what was it? You talk about old. When was the last time was the NFL actually in existence when the Cowboys won a Super Bowl?
You'd remember.
Joke.
Yes.
Hey,
you were there. You were there.
I actually was there. That's the pathetic part. I was at that Super Bowl, those Super Bowls. But it was so long ago. I can't remember what city. I do remember Troy Aikman was the quarterback.
Has Philly forgiven you for your Jimmy Johnson love that you've showered upon him over the years?
No. Every once in a while it comes up. Jimmy Johnson was the best coach in football. Jimmy Johnson is a great, great coach, and Jerry Jones is an idiot for getting rid of him. And then you get Barry Switzer, the all-time dope as a coach, and the only reason he won a Super Bowl is because he had Jimmy Johnson's players. Barry Switzer is a real idiot. I'm telling you, one of the worst coaches I've ever seen in the NFL. But that's why Jerry Jones might have the worst coach number 2 in Mike McCarthy. Won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, please, spare me. See, that's where the Eagles have an advantage. They have an advantage because it's so great for Eagles fans to have Mike McCarthy on the Dallas Cowboys sidelines. It is so great. I mean, you guys have him on every week. Is that like dead air? That's the most boring conversation.
Garrett was.
I've heard it a couple of times. It always is.
Just like anything.
Boring.
Garrett was.
Boring.
Garrett was way worse.
Really? But Garrett's a good guy. But he wasn't a good coach, but he's a good guy.
Howard Eskin joining us here on
by the way, Garrett was a listener of mine being from the area. So I got to give him some props.
Yeah, his personality fits yours. That makes sense.
Howard, I want to get your take on this. Derek Carr on the NFL Network.
David
Carr, not Derek Carr. Derek will be in media soon.
How long did he play in the NFL? David Carr? What did he play? 5 seconds or 10 seconds?
It was 11. It was 11 seconds. Just look. He had this to say about Marcus Mariota and Jalen Hurts.
I think the only way that they get there, to Imrob's point, is Jalen is 100% and he is that dynamic weapon in the run game because that creates your offense on the outside and your one-on-ones. Clearly, Jalen isn't comfortable reading through a defense in a drop-back pass scenario. Some would say he's not even good at it.
Yep.
And I think that when you look at this team, you have to have a serious conversation if you're Philly. And you have to really say, is it better for us to play Marcus Mariota right now and let Jalen get fully healthy? Because I would argue that it does not matter if you're the number 1 seed. Because if the 49ers come into Philly again, they do not care. They do not care. If raining in Philly doesn't matter.
Thoughts? Marcus Mariota better than Jalen Hurts right now?
The rain has nothing to do with it. I mean, you didn't even know. First of all, it really wasn't raining this game. I've been through 4.5 rain games, so I know what rain is.
4.5 in 1,000 years.
This game was like a half. Well, this season, it's been brutal. But it didn't affect anything. At Kansas City, it rained, and they won that game. And it rained pretty much the whole game, and it rained against Buffalo the whole game. But the reality is, Jalen Hurts has got to play better. But to make a comment that you got to go to Marcus Mariota, David Carr, whatever his stinking name is, he's relegated to talking nonsense. That's what he's doing. He's not playing football anymore. Just give it up. He was probably, how many times was he replaced as the quarterback? So he knows about being replaced. You can't. David Carr's an idiot. You can't take Jalen Hurts out and put Marcus Mariota in there. But Jalen Hurts does have to do, there's something that he's not doing well, and
throwing.
It might be he's got
is he hurt, Howard? Is he compromised? Is he banged up?
No. I mean, everybody's hurt in the end. At this point in the season, everybody's got some bruises. But physically, no, he's fine. He left the field because he was checked for a concussion. But no, physically he's fine. The knee was overblown from day one. It was a bruise. It wasn't internal in the knee. It was a bruise, which is just painful more than anything else. It was a bone bruise. But he's fine. It's just nonsense. He's fine. And
so he just plays this poorly.
Well, he's not playing well. He didn't play well on Sunday. But when he wins on Sunday night, everything will be okay.
But Howard, how do you feel about being compared to the Minnesota Vikings of last year with all this luck, all this four clover, rabbit shoe, horse, whatever the heck they call it, this crap you guys are pulling out of your rear end every single week?
Yeah, but what nitwit, what dope compared the Eagles to Minnesota?
Me.
Bobby did.
They're the Philadelphia Crimson Vikings. That's what we're calling them this year.
Stop. No, I mean, it's just stop. I'm not going to criticize Kirk Cousins because I think he's not a great quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. But the reality is you can't compare him to Minnesota. But they have to get better in things they're doing. I mean, you got to be an idiot not to understand that. They got to get better, but, they'll find a way to get better on Sunday night. They have won in Dallas. They haven't won there for a while, but I've been there when they won. And, you just expect Dak Prescott to revert to who he was, a turnover machine, throw one or two picks on Sunday night, and, things will be fine. It's just I will say this. If before the San Francisco game, if the Eagles had won, and I knew it was going to be a tough game, I thought they were going to lose in Dallas. And then when Dallas won, Dallas was going to lose the next week in Buffalo. I've already got that. And they're still, if they win, Dallas wins on Sunday night, they're losing in Buffalo. So I already got that part of it figured out. now that the Eagles lost to San Francisco, I think this is going to be a real chance that the Eagles straighten it out, get it better. And it's really hard to beat a team twice in what really is obviously you're playing in the same division when you're playing a short period of time. That's why the NFL sets these things up that way. They don't want the team to win twice against the other teams. But I think this could be the time that they do that. I'm not saying they will. I think they have a really good chance to beat the Cowboys, and it wouldn't surprise me a little bit that they come away Sunday night. I'm just sad that Cole Beasley's not there to fight with me on Twitter after the Cowboys lose.
Howard Eskin, WIP and Filthy here on 105.3 The Fan. What do you think about the Shaq Leonard pickup?
If he's healthy, he's a good addition. Now, I don't know how many snaps he's going to play on Sunday, but he adds depth to him. And they were missing a linebacker last week, Cunningham, who should be back this week. So that will help. Dallas Goedert will be back this week. That will help. Yes. And these things and their offense could be better. The tight end means so much to a quarterback. I mean, everybody finds a way. That's kind of an escape for a lot of quarterbacks. And Dallas Goedert is probably one of the three best tight ends in the NFL. So, you can't take that away from him. And he'll be back on Sunday night. Cunningham will be back. But Shaq Leonard will help with depth. Again, I don't know how many snaps, but he's got to stay healthy. The reason he was out there, he wasn't healthy. I don't know what the situation was in Dallas. I don't know what that brilliant mind of football, Jerry Jones, said why he didn't sign him. It's so great that you have Jerry on each week to talk a lot of BS. I mean,
I do dislike Jerry for this, and we'll let you go with this. What do you think of the report that Roger Goodell hates and wants to finally get rid of that stupid, cheating, illegal tush-push play that you guys execute? The report that Roger Goodell wants it out.
I know. I'm disappointed because wait a minute, everybody can do it, right? Everybody could use it, but not everybody could do it. The Eagles have the right personnel. Really, it starts on the line of scrimmage. The right personnel to be able to do it. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, why would you eliminate it? Other people
unsafe, a very unsafe play. Howard.
Very unsafe.
Very unsafe.
Nobody's gotten hurt. Nobody's gotten hurt with all the tush pushes that they've had this year. Not one player's gotten hurt. Not one.
Did Baker get hurt?
I think that that Texans player,
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell got hurt. It's just because the Eagles aren't getting hurt, it's not safe for the rest of the league.
Well, playing football's not safe. I mean, let's be real. Playing football's not safe. So you're going to get hurt. But I don't know because everybody's whining about it. We'll see what happens. I guess they'll deal with it at the league meetings, which are in March. So they'll deal with it then. I don't think they should get rid of it. Let other teams do it. You want to do it, do it. It's just I don't care. It's a play, and nobody's gotten hurt. And why is it illegal? Why is it illegal? Everybody's blocking.
Because it's not you line up three guys. It's rugby. It's tug of war. You line up two. No one should be able to touch the back of the ball carrier to push them. If you want to compromise there, y'all can still sneak it. But if three people push the quarterback, stupid.
It happens a lot. Then call it the other times when it happens when it's not the tush push. Hey, the Eagles got a rugby player on the offensive line, so it all works fine. Jordan Mailata's a rugby player. So it's just, and he was a rugby player actually before he came to the NFL. But I don't. It's just I care if they eliminate it, but the Eagles will score another way. What's the difference? I mean, it's a joke.
Well, look, have a miserable trip and experience here. We'll get Bobby to find you in the press box, and you should work.
Boring. You know, the only thing is I got to spend all Sunday in Dallas. Doing what? Nothing.
Well, at halftime, they're going to serve up cheesesteaks for you. Yeah. They like to do that when y'all come into town.
Yeah, but here's why a cheesesteak in Dallas can't be as good as
the bread.
The bread. That's exactly right.
Yeah, you can taste the pollution in that bread.
You know, it's just something else that sucks in Dallas, the bread.
Hey, Howard, I was really disappointed in Bobby. He lived out a food dream of mine. I got him in line early at Angelo's, and he gave it a 6 out of 10. He brought me back a piece of Angelo's pepperoni, unrefrigerated, 24 hours in his dirty, grimy bag, and I still took 2 bites of it, and I was impressed. But Bobby gave it a 6, Angelo's Pizza.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you guys, and I'll get 2 cheesesteaks. I don't eat red meat anymore. I like it, but I just don't eat it. I'll have a chicken cheese, but because I love the bread. All right. I will send you guys, if Dallas wins, I'll send you each a cheesesteak. The only problem is I don't want to spend the money for overnight shipping, so I'm going to ship it ground so you get it 4 or 5 days later, okay?
Hang up on this ass. Hang up on this phone. Hang up. I said hang up on him. Man. I wasn't joking. Hang up.
Well done.
Howard Eskin, WIP, Boomer Jack's Bar and Grill Hotline. He's like my fun. He's my fun uncle. Man. I love him. I know he's hated. I know he's despised. I know people ask why. I want to put my arm around his little Burger King head. All right.